say this to you, Quincy, because I know that your mother was protecting you not only from Al, which is your father and he loved you, it was for what he would have done or Puff would have done to him.
Being the sons of a music mogul like Diddy might seem like a golden ticket to a life of luxury and glamour, but for Quincy and Christian Combs, it comes with its own unique challenges. One of the most striking is Diddy's bodyguard, a towering wall of muscle who resembles a superhero's enforcer more than a typical security professional.
Might take it. Oh, that was me. Oh, Christian might take it. Christian want to be a gangster. He a gangster, right? He might take it.
Yeah, I mean, if they some real ones, they'll take it. I mean, you see everything your dad is going through right now. Why not, take that charge?
Those wasn't my dad's, those was mine. All they gonna get is a 3 to 5. 85%.
But you being somebody, right, that was cool with Diddy at one point, you don't feel a little bit bad for him?
My man, how do you feel sorry for a man that had everything material that any man could ever want? How do you feel sorry for a man could go any place any man would want to travel in the world? How do you feel sorry?
None of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes.
The what?
All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Yeah.
Jay reach out yet?
Nah, Bob. He ghosting.
Hey, this motherfucker doing? He thinks tweet now because I'm in here.
It's all good. You about to get out on bail.
Everybody out there quiet as motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have the last laugh.
About all these lawsuits though, Pop.
Ain't none of them getting shit. I ain't worth nothing. Ain't got shit in my name anyway. Don't even worry about it. But some money hungry.
Diddy's extravagant lifestyle demands top-tier protection, but it seems his son has found himself under the intense scrutiny of this relentless guardian. Why exactly does Diddy's bodyguard leave him looking like he's always treading lightly? Is it purely the man's intimidating presence, or is there more beneath the surface? Let's dive deeper into what's really happening, because surprisingly, there's more at play here than just the usual father-son dynamic.
Don't invite a man to your private unless you doing the Diddy. If 2 men lay down, how many homos get up? Let me tell you, young man, 2 of them. You understand? So don't invite a man to your private because that man will see you and take your head off. Especially somebody like 50. You don't send or let a boy do a man's job. I don't know if he need that type of attention or he want that type of attention. Evidently he do.
You've been to some crazy parties, I'm sure. What's the strangest interaction you've had at a party that was like, what's happening right now?
I remember I was lit and I just started dancing with Paris Hilton. I was like, this is kind of crazy.
That is kind of nuts. What song was playing?
I don't even know. It was one of those nights.
Yeah, okay.
When it comes to Christian Combs, it's impossible to ignore the elephant in the room. He's inherited a significant portion of his father's swagger and flair for controversy. Sure, Christian enjoys the privilege of living in his dad's luxurious world, but he's also picked up on some of Diddy's less refined habits, most notably a knack for grabbing headlines, sometimes for reasons that aren't exactly flattering.
Was you just fighting people in the club?
No, I was being the better person in the club, and I want to always be the better person, and I want to start practicing being an advocate for mentorship programs for entrepreneurs that's making money.
You just fighting in the club, yes or no? I don't want.
No, we didn't have a fight. We had a big argument right outside the club.
And who started it?
This time, I think I got loud and got aggressive, but it was the third time this happened. And so I felt like I needed to like stand up for myself. Even though I was talking shit and we was having a lot of crazy words, I was walking that way to avoid the issue. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. And it's unfortunate, but what's dope is that we all got on the phone. We talked for about 35 minutes.
I'm letting you know this, brother. That's your pops. Make it good with your pops, bro. Make it good with your pops. Because you are a part of him.
How you feel about it personally?
I feel that Kim knew that he wanted to love on his son. And she kept Al away from Quincy because of Puff, and I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. Other than that, for some strange reason, Puff always want to claim something that ain't his. I just think that it's a lot of brainwashing that went on.
Take, for example, the infamous UCLA altercation involving Justin Combs, another of Diddy's sons, back in 2015. At the time, Justin was playing football, and after receiving some harsh critique from a coach, Diddy, never one to shy away from a fight, showed up brimming with the fury of a father convinced his son deserved better. What followed was a confrontation so heated that it ended with Diddy facing charges of misconduct.
People feel like, Diddy, he played a part in that video coming out too. Him being spotted with Stevie J, smiling at the camera. A lot of people blame him too.
But bro, what did I tell you? He's such a narcissist that he has to be in the public. Listen to me. They just caught him on TMZ today or yesterday or something like that, walking out and about. Now, I'm not telling the man what to do, what he couldn't do. I don't know if the government told he couldn't travel nowhere, he couldn't be nowhere and stuff like that. But why are you gonna go outside your own compound where TMZ and every other place is waiting on you? You're not gonna get any public sympathy. That's why he had that picture of him and his father around his neck. You're not gonna get no sympathy. You're done. Stick a in it. Call it a quit. Apologize to Big's mother for putting her son in that position that he loses his life.
Diddy going to jail?
I think that the easiest thing to do is to get somebody on some money laundering. Diddy have over 18 companies that he was dealing with. He put every business in his children's name or his mother's name. I don't think any of those businesses are straight into his name. So it's gotta be some shadiness going on somewhere. The government wouldn't ask for all the IRS papers, all the tax papers for the last 3 years of any of his companies if they didn't think something was going on. So if he doesn't go for any of the assaults or something like that, it may be something having to do with tax evasion, money laundering, or something like that. Or maybe even drugs or something.
Now, consider how growing up in that kind of environment might shape Quincy. Imagine knowing your dad is ready to step in and throw down if anyone so much as looks at you the wrong way. Add to that a bodyguard seemingly trained to eliminate any potential threat, and suddenly, Quincy's apprehension starts to feel a lot more understandable.
That, he brainwashed those kids, and that's what narcissists and people of his caliber do to a lot of people around him. I feel like Quincy was brainwashed. I feel like Justin, the rest of them. Justin was too. Justin's mother was real strict. Misa was real strict with Justin. I think when he got with Puff, he got brainwashed.
So what would make him do what he did to Albie Shore? If them two was cool, why would he take his girl like that?
It's a power thing. We used to be in situations, I told you, remember me and you had the discussion about, like, he wanted every girl that Pac ever had. They want them to hurry up and charge Diddy with something or see what they got on him. The feds gonna take their time. May take 6 months, may take a year, may take 2 years. They got up to 3 years to bring their case up. They got 3 years. So they checking everything about them. They gonna dot all the I's and cross all the T's.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people feel like he played a part in that video coming out. You know, him making a comment saying that, you know, they forgot to raid the house next door that his dad owned. Yeah, man, he was walling out, man.
Yeah, I think he was just bullshitting. I don't believe he bought the house next door. Because let me just tell you something. If anything or any name that had to do with Bad Boy, the federal government gonna run that. They know all the properties Diddy have. They wasn't even talking about the raid that they did in New York, but they did a raid in New York too.
Yeah, I ain't hear about that raid. I only heard about the, you know, the LA and Miami raid. But you feel like the feds, they released that video over King Kong's comments.
Oh man, I've worked in law enforcement for 27 years, and I had the opportunity to see.
It's not just the bodyguard's imposing physical presence. It's what he represents. To Quincy, he's a constant reminder of the high-stakes world he was born into. While most of us worry about everyday nuisances like misplaced car keys, Quincy navigates a life overshadowed by fame, a realm where trust is rare, enemies are ever-present, and privacy is a distant dream. For Diddy, the bodyguard is essential, a guardian of his empire. But for Quincy, it's like having a 24/7 chaperone who also looks perpetually ready to enter a boxing ring.
They found that Diddy house with no serial numbers.
I think that that's gonna be hard to prove that they're his weapons. They're gonna have to prove that they was his weapons because he had other grown people living in there. And plus, that house, I believe, was in a corporation name. So they're gonna have to get maids, butlers, cleaning people, or somebody that's in that house to have a daily contact to say that was his room that they found those weapons in. And then the weapons wasn't operable. You had to put them together, as far as I know, for them to be operable. So he may have had weapons there, or he may not. One of his sons, he got sons. Somebody's gonna have to claim it. They just put it on him. Anything they found in the house, they just put it on him. But they had to prove that that was him. If other people were living in the house, other people had access to that room, that they found the weapons.